Okay, before we get started, jump ahead to minute number 3 if you want to watch the message of today's video. So let's get started. All right, all right, all right. Welcome back, my regular viewers, listeners, and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier eye hypnosis life healer coach and your personal guide. And today's theme is a really powerful one, especially if you're a healer, especially if you're a coach. Um, in the work that you're doing, there's a lot of times when you feel a lot of personal self satisfaction. You feel really good that you're doing this work. Not only are you a seeker, but you're also making sure that everything that you have learned, everything that you have received so far, that you are now sharing it with the world and you're making this world a better place, even if it's your micro world, whether it is, you have one follower, whether you have one member in your community or 5, 10, or whatever the number be. What's important is that you've already decided and you have now started to act on that decision that you made, whether that was 3 months ago, 6 months ago, or maybe even 3 years ago. And now, of course, that you're on the journey, there will be those moments when, surprise, surprise, you will feel disconnected. You will feel like, I thought it was going to be so smooth. I thought it was going to be really amazing. And when you look around, it's very easy to get caught up in comparing, in the comparison, whether it is, statistics, whether it is revenue, whether it is, how well somebody else is doing in, let's say you belong to other communities and you see how, other coaches and healers are doing. So it's very easy to fall into that trap. It's very easy to get drawn into that energy. So one thing I can definitely tell you is that something I have noticed, that when you make it a point to always return to the power of love, then miracles start to flow again. So if you're someone who is, especially as a healer, especially as a coach, if you're someone who finds yourself getting lost very often, or let's say things are going well and then you hit the wall and then you're wondering, okay, now what? Right? And it feels um, very defeating. You feel disappointed and you feel lost. So remember, whenever this happens, this is your sign to tap back into the power of love. Now, that may be in the relationships that you have, whether it is with family members, whether it is maybe with with an animal, that a dog, a cat, a pet, whatever, that gives you that reconnection into love in the quickest amount of time. And this will literally create a ripple effect, and you'll start to notice that once again, you're back into that good feeling. Once again, you are, feeling good that you had long ago, whether that was, like I said, 6 months ago or 3 years ago, or even before that, when you decided that this is what you want to do, that you are now, back into the swing of things and you're doing what you're doing, making the lives of other people better, and you feel so much more not just validated, but you feel so blessed that this is what you now call work, that you get to do it. And of course, you get to be paid for it because you're truly creating that value. You're making a difference in the lives of others. So, as always, these pods are created keeping you in mind. These pods are created so that, you can be reminded, just like, many years ago when I was on the journey for a very long time, I didn't have this resource. So, when eventually things came together and I realized that, what, if when I wanted this reminder, it wasn't there. This is the time for me to create the reminder so that you can feel and you can believe again that this is what you're supposed to be doing. So, as always, the pod is one way to stay in touch. And we also make it a point to meet in our community. So, if you aren't already part of our community, come join us and experience, what it is like to be in our community, to experience the power of the sessions that happen. And in fact, every Monday and Friday, the eye hypnosis life experiences happens. As the name suggests, this is an experience that you have with me and with our community, and this is live. So you get to do this literally every single Monday and Friday between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time. And this is the first way for you to get associated, for you to get connected with our community. And if you feel that this is something that is benefiting you and you want to go deeper, then of course, those who pay attention. So we do have a paid track where you can meet us meet us live, in fact, on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. And this process, going into our live session over the weekend is the eye hypnosis life foundation. Of course, in this program, there are three things that we look at, three secrets, three pillars, as you want to sort of explore it. One is, of course, that you are tapping into, discovering your soul identity. And remember, in the work that we're doing, very often we forget or we haven't really asked those questions about, who am I really? Because in order to be able to do what we, have been chosen to do, it is so important to recognize that we know who we are being. And so as you explore this beingness and you get in touch with who you truly are and who you are, you've always been, that becomes the start of your journey of going inward. And along with this, of course, it's so important to focus on not just trying to get rid of, toxic habits, not just trying to create new habits, but really working on your beliefs. Because when you create beliefs that are in alignment with your identity, that's when you literally are tapping into miracles and you're tapping into magic. So as always, this is, the midpoint. You start with, discovering your soul identity, and then you tap into your beliefs, creating new beliefs. And then ultimately, in this work that we're doing, remember, until money is no object, money is the object. So this is your opportunity to work on your money beliefs, on your money blueprint, and create money breakthroughs. So these three pillars, these three secrets, when they're unlocked over the course of the weekend, that's when you'll realize two things. Either you were meant to come here, experience this weekend, and you're meant to carry on, or you're meant to go within. If you feel that this is your time to go within, to go deeper into our process, we do have a 3-month process, and this is a 3-month renewable membership. So you can join us and continue on every Friday, Saturday, Sunday as we continue to go deeper. And this program is, of course, it morphs into the iHypnosis Live Advanced program. And of course, while you're doing this, we do have a really, really powerful program called the iHypnosis Life Mastery. And in this program, of course, everything that I've been teaching you, everything that I've been using to teach you, to facilitate you over the last 20 years, what I have learned literally, not just, within the country, but I've been, I've traveled abroad, I've studied abroad, and literally consumed like terabytes and terabytes of data, learning, not just digitally, but in person as well. So the combination of that is what you get in the iHypnosis Life Mastery. This is, of course, a 90-day process. And the intention is to teach you these skills and also where you're able to take these skills, not only use it with your classmates, but also use it in your business, whether you're, in wanting to grow your coaching business or whether you're wanting to develop your healing practices. And of course, take the skills that you are learning and apply them at home as well, and literally every area that you can think of. And you get to experiment with this over 90 days so that you get to start to build that mastery. And of course, for those of you who feel that you want more than this, you want to be mentored by me, there is a personal coaching program that happens and seats do open up from time to time. So do reach out and ask for more details. Of course, having said all of that, remember to live your purpose. God bless. And of course, I'll be back for more and back with more. And have a truly